This isn't a discussion or a book on the many political aspects of that region of the world, because those are immensely complex. We didn't go to solve the Middle East crisis or to even address the challenges the nation of Israel has. Those aren't part of the discussion. We simply went to understand what it meant to love your enemies, whether you're Jewish, whether you're Arabic, Muslim, Hindu, it doesn't matter, Christian. What does it mean to love your enemies? And that's why we went.
Now, that's a hard teaching. I mean, it's a radical teaching when you're talking about, not just Muslims, but terrorists. It really is. And when you think about, the takeaways and learning, one of the things that I find from a lot of my American friends is that, Governor, I really appreciate what you're doing, and it's a great thing. But when 9/11 hit, and you saw all these terrorists and Muslims in the streets applauding, and where were these leaders in the Muslim world? Why were they speaking out against it? And at the time, I agreed. I didn't hear any of them speaking out, and then later I found out there were tons of them speaking out and never got any press coverage.
We just don't hear it.
And that was the takeaway that I didn't realize that CNN didn't report, and that was upsetting to me, because they wouldn't have changed the facts that there's some nuts out there, extremists and terrorists out there, but it would have given me a little bit of consolation to know that there were some Muslims out there that were just as opposed and against this as we Americans. And that would have meant something to me, and it's unfortunate that didn't get play. I know you saw it firsthand.
Well, one of the things I'm thinking about from the book and what happened, what's happened actually since the writing of the book is pretty incredible too, because I've been back several times to the Middle East. We've been back together to the Middle East. And one of the key inspirations, if you might say, to this book was this Hezbollah leader who lives in South Lebanon. And we literally went and had tea with him, when we wrote the book. Well, some of us went back and met him. I don't know if we want to say who we were, but went back and met him again. And it was interesting. Each time we've met him, actually the level of trust has gone up. So he's still Hezbollah. If you're in Israel, he's still a terrorist. If you're in America, he's still a terrorist. So he's still the same guy that he was before. He hasn't converted to Christianity. He hasn't accepted America into his heart or anything like that. He still is who he is. You have to listen carefully, or you miss these jabs that I'm giving.
But now, and interesting enough, though, he had one thing to say about the government and another thing to say about the American people.
Now, how do you know that?
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm not trying to implicate anybody here, but there were others on the trip and with me. But what's just a quick story. What was really fun? They brought in Hezbollah TV station, which is a satellite TV as well, and so it's not just Lebanon; it goes around the Arab world. And they came up